kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
First run of the game here for DeAndre Swift. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the bootleg, it's Williams. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. On the option, it's Swift. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Like, I remember the first time I watched one of his college games, and I was blown away. I mean, the accuracy. That ball looks like it's jumping out of his hand. He is physically talented. He's mature. He's played a lot of football. He has overcome a lot of adversity, man. That is a formula for success in the NFL. He might have to wait a little bit to find his time, but the more opportunities he gets, like here in this one, I think he has a bright future.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And That's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Penix. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They will run it over center with Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Another run here, another run by Swift. And he'll get this ahead, gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that'll set up 4th down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Falcons offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. Second down and 8. Play action. It's Penix. And he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left. And for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down. Now, look out. That ball is free in the end zone. The defense has got it. What a place to make a mistake. You're going to turn it over anywhere on the field, and it hurts. But, Greg, when you turn it over there and it becomes a touchdown, That's the worst feeling of all.
Yeah, we talk a lot about, Mike, the best quarterbacks. They have this clock in their head. They understand the timing of the play. They understand the liabilities of the protection. That's even more especially true when you're backed up this deep near your own end zone, and you can see why. The quarterback does not feel the pressure. Strip, sack, 6.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand?
Still first down.
To throw is Penix. That's caught. It's Charlie Werner, the tight end.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
So after one, 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line. Another run here for Robinson. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They're going to go play action with Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll try to run for it. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the first down.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. That's to Pitts, the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
On the give, it's Robinson. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. T.J. Edwards there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Penix. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On third down, Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
4th down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This one from 49. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. A play fake. Now, he fumbled the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Give up the middle with Swift. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
3rd and 9. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. He'll try and get there on the ground. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here's Tory Taylor now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Penix. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Bears offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Williams. Catch made there by Allen. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. That's a 2nd charge timeout to Chicago as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Williams now to throw. Off he goes. The Bears go ahead, take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. First and 10. To throw, it's Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on second down, Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. To throw is Williams. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Penix. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A good spot here, second and a yard. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. On play action, Penix. He'll go right and find his running back.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
This one complete to Hodge. First time they've hooked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and the first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Pitts is the man in motion. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Penix. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Robinson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And the Falcons are going to be set up. 1st and goal, he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. 11 yards as they move the chains.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Pitts is the man in motion. On 2nd down, Penix. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Atlanta. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Falcons are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Scott now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Williams to throw on 2nd down. He finds the big tight end. That's Gerald Everett. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears sending out their punt team. They forced a punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll work his way forward to about the 21. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 2. Third and 2, and Penix. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
That's caught left side by Pitts. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
They get 24 on that one. Just like that, it's 1st and goal. London brought in motion. They'll run with Robinson. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd and goal, it's Penix. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So here comes Younghoe Koo in a pressure spot. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Off play action. Here's Williams. That is left side and taken in by Allen. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On third down, it's Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. Throwing again, Williams. Completing that one to Carter. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Well, there's still some time remaining, but what a sequence of events here, Mike. I mean, late in the game, they get the touchdown that they needed to tie it, and now they can take the lead with the extra point.
So, not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. A critical extra point is up and good. They have taken a 1-point lead here in the late stages of this one. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Williams now to return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back to work. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Throwing is Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now on 2nd and long. They'll throw. It's Penix. To the right. That's Pitts.
A gain of 14 yards brings up 3rd down.
Here's a big one. This third down. Looking to throw. It's Penix. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. That's taken in.
And that stop right there will do it. Even though they have 2 timeouts remaining, there's just not enough time on the clock to get another attempt. What a huge stop with the game on the line, and that will all but end this game.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Down to a knee goes Williams. And that should wrap this baby up. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.